In this video, we're going to talk about the comparison of adjectives, and this is something that exists both in English and in Latin, and you'll notice that even some of the endings are a little similar between the two. There are 3 degrees of the adjective: positive, which is just the normal adjective, so in English, tall; comparative, which is used to compare two things, taller, something is taller than something else; and then superlative is tallest, so that means it's the most tall, the highest extent of tallness. So in English, we add er or est to form the comparative and the superlative. In Latin, the positive form will just be the dictionary form that I'll give you, and obviously it changes ending because adjectives have to decline according to the noun they modify. The comparative degree is the stem plus IOR, so I always think it's kind of simple to remember IOR is similar to the ER of the English comparative. And then the superlative degree I call the Italian ending because it makes it super long. It's the stem plus issimus, so you feel like you have to say it with your hands when you're saying an adjective in the superlative degree. Obviously these endings will change according to what the adjectives are modifying, but for now we're just going to talk about the masculine nominative singular until we get more familiar with how these adjectives work. So here I took an adjective blind, kaikos. Again, first, second declension adjectives, you can usually just shave off that first form. If they're more complicated, you have to go to the second form to find the stem. So blind, and then kaikior would be blinder, or sometimes the comparative can be more blind, depending on the adjective. You wouldn't say beautifuler, you would say more beautiful. And then kaikissimos is the blindest, or the most blind. So it doesn't always have to be blind or blindest, it can be more blind, most blind, but this IOR is the comparative and the issimos is the superlative. Here's a third declension adjective, felix felicis, which means lucky. Take off the is, and you've got felic is the stem. So felix just means lucky, that's the positive degree. Felicior means luckier, or more lucky, and then felicissimos is the most lucky, or the luckiest. Here's a couple more examples. We use tall as an English example. We can now find the stem alta, so taller would be altior, and the tallest would be altissimos. Again, it makes it super long, so that's a good way to remember super long equals superlative. Sapiens, here's the stem, would be sapient. So a wiser person would be sapientior, and then the wisest would be sapientissimos. And then finally tristis, triste, the stem is trist. If you are sadder, you are tristior, and if you are the saddest or the most sad, you are tristissimos. There are a handful of exceptions to these rules, especially in the superlative, but for now, if you think about the IOR is the same as the ER in English, and then the longest form, issimos, or some of the other forms have slightly different spellings, but the ones that look like you should be an Italian talking with your hands, that's going to be the superlative.